There is a lot of knowledge which is basically mandatory to know if you want to perform well in War Thunder. But today we want to look at knowledge which is genuinely useless to you. Let us begin. The slowest shell on a tank is the 70mm heat round of the heavy tank RagingRaptorWT. It is going 200 meters per second. For contrast, currently the fastest shell is now the one of the object 292 going almost 2000 meters per second. When we are now looking at planes, the slowest shell is the 40mm cannon of the Ki-44-2 Otsu going just 249 meters per second. Fun fact about this 40mm ammo: apparently it was a caseless ammo, meaning you effectively shot a small rocket rather than a gun. Currently the tank with the most guns in the game is the IS-7, which has a total of 9 guns, 1 main gun and 8 machine guns. Currently the best zoom of any tank in the game is on the Stormer HVM, which is going all the way up to 40 times magnification. The typical optic for lower tier tanks, even though they don't even have any optics like on AA guns, is 1.9 to 3.5. I guess they have the Cyberpunk zoom lens. Currently there are 15 tanks which I'm aware of which have a gun caliber of 25mm. Those being the Bradley, the newer version of the Bradley, the Saddam 25, as well as the Saddam 25 Mistral, the AMR-35, the GAZ MM-72K, the ZIS 1294KM milk truck, the Type 87 RCV, which actually has a higher caliber than the prototype version, the ZSD-63 PG-887 anti-air from the Chinese tech tree, as well as the PGZ-04A, which uses the same gun by the way, the ADATs, the LAV-AD, and lastly 3 Italian boys being the VBC PT-2, the Dardo, and the Freccia. Currently, every single nation in War Thunder has a Sherman. However, only Germany has a Sherman which is very hard to get because it is only being sold for a €60 package currently on very special occasions. SMH, sadly, we can't really get the Hermann the Sherman. Also, Japan is currently and still the only nation which doesn't have access to British planes. If you want to have a very big caliber on a plane, then you need to look into the Italian tech tree for the P108A, which has a 102mm tank gun. Currently, all nations except for Israel have a tank of the BR 5.3. The Russians' nuke, aka the PE-8's FAB 5000, has almost as much TNT equivalent as it weighs. It weighs 5080 kilograms and the TNT equivalent of 5041.5 kilograms. In contrast, the 12,000 pound bomb of the Lancaster, which is by the way 12,656 pounds to be precise, which is 5,740 kilograms heavy, has an explosive equivalent of 6,357 kilograms. So it is quite a bit more kaboomy than the P8's FAB 5000. Another Israel fact: they are the only nation in the game which doesn't have a reserve plane. Meanwhile, since Gaijin reworked the tech trees quite a bit in lower tiers as well, the most amount of research planes you can have in one tree is 3, and is currently held by several nations: France, Japan, United Kingdom, Russia, and Germany. The highest amount of 80 gems being stored in one tank, if you don't count barrel-fired 80 gems, because then the Object 993, aka the Flunder or the Pancake, will be on top, is still the Raketenjagdpanzer II, with the hot missile, which has 20, and it still not have been beaten 4 years later. The AMX-10 RC is still currently the only wheeled vehicle in the game which can neutral steer. And with that, thanks a lot to the Reddit user youuuu49, which came up with a lot of these useless knowledge facts at 2 AM in the morning. And I took the liberty to also check some of these, add some additional info, and again, thanks so much for having set up this list. Do you have any more useless facts? Then please share them in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, have a look at my Discord and my Twitch streams.